Spell syzygy. Your word is gubernatorial. The next word is anachronistic. Spell infinitesimal. Your word is neuropsychological. The next word is sequoia. Your word is achromatophil. Next up, Cyrillic. The next word is paroxysm. Your word is portmanteau. Next up, isthmus. All right, spell bureaucracy. Next up, serendipity. Can you spell borborygmus? All right, spell lepidopterology. Next up, fossiliferous. Spell infundibulum. The next word is onomatopoeia. Spell acquiesce. The next word is batrachophobia. Your word is pusillanimous. Your word is acromatophilia. Your word is prognostication. Next up, capricious. Spell baccalaureate. The next word is absquatulate. All right, spell susurration. Can you spell supererogatory? Your word is incomprehensibility. Next up, apocryphal. Can you spell bourgeoisification? Spell psychophysicotherapeutics. Spell polyphyloprogenitive. Your word is institutionalization. Can you spell convolvulaceous? The next word is honorific abilitudinity. The next word is bourgeoisification. The next word is anti-disestablishmentarianism. The next word is quadmotivative. Your word is parallelogrammatic. Your word is xylotypographic. Your word is polyphyloprogenitive. Spell hippopotamonstrosusquipedaliophobia. Your word is glyceraldehyde. Your word is gastroenterologist. Spell radiometeorograph. Spell psychophysicotherapeutics. All right, spell bourgeoisie. Can you spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? All right, spell quindecasyllabic. The next word is arthroeresis. Spell floxinosinyhilipilification. The next word is oligonucleotide. All right, spell hypoparathyroidism. Spell anthropomorphization. The next word is adrenocorticotrophin. Next up, pseudo-hypoparathyroidism. All right, spell psychoneuroimmunology. Spell ethnomethodology. Can you spell otorhinolaryngological? Your word is psychoneuroendocrinological. Next up, autothaumaturgist. Next up, pneumoencephalography. Your word is glyceraldehyde. The next word is parallelogrammatic. All right, spell arthroeresis. All right, spell anthropomorphization. Your word is psychoneuroendocrinological. All right, spell adrenocorticotrophin. The next word is psychoneuroimmunology. The next word is xylotypographic. All right, spell gastroenterologist. Can you spell hypoparathyroidism? The next word is autothaumaturgist. Your word is institutionalization. Your word is bourgeoisification. Your word is psychophysicotherapeutics. All right, spell Bogolanfini. Can you spell superferromagnetism? The next word is infinitesimal. Your word is absquatulate. The next word is anachronistic. Spell neuropsychological. Next up, lepidopterology. Your word is contradistinguish. All right, spell fossiliferous. All right, spell iconoclast. Can you spell acromatophilia? Your word is deoxyribonucleic. The next word is portmanteau. Can you spell capricious? Your word is inchoate. The next word is verisimilitude. Can you spell paraphernalia? Your word is Worcestershire. Your word is prognostication. All right, spell supererogatory. Can you spell Cyrillic? All right, spell sequoia. Your word is fuchsia. Next up, pulchritudinous. All right, spell paroxysm. Spell achromatophil. Can you spell soliloquy? Next up, quixotry. Your word is milieu. Your word is susurration. The next word is pneumoencephalography. Next up, oligonucleotide. The next word is honorific abilitudinity. All right, spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The next word is quindicasyllabic. Spell polyphyloprogenitive. Spell radiometeorograph. Spell hippopotamonstrosusquipedaliophobia. Next up, quadrimodotative. Can you spell anti-disestablishmentarianism? The next word is bourgeoisie. Next up, otorhinolaryngological. The next word is ethnomethodology. Next up, convolvulaceous. Spell pseudo-hypoparathyroidism. The next word is floxinosinyhilipilification. Your word is psychoneuroimmunology. Your word is convolvulaceous. All right, spell parallelogrammatic. All right, spell pseudo-hypoparathyroidism. Spell quindecasyllabic. Can you spell autothaumaturgist? Spell pneumoencephalography. Spell institutionalization. Institutionalization. Your word is psychoneuroendocrinological. Your word is radiometeorograph. Your word is oligonucleotide. Can you spell gastroenterologist? The next word is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Next up, hippopotamonstrosusquipedaliophobia. Can you spell arthroeresis? Your word is xylotypographic. Spell quadrimodotative. Can you spell otorhinolaryngological? Your word is polyphyloprogenitive. Next up, psychophysicotherapeutics. The next word is honorific abilitudinity. All right. right, spell anthropomorphization. Your word is floxinosinihilipilification. Spell adrenocorticotrophin. Next up, glyceraldehyde. Your word is hypoparathyroidism. Can you spell bourgeoisification? Next up, bourgeoisie. Spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. Your word is ethnomethodology. Spell hypoparathyroidism. Spell hippopotamonstrosusquipedaliophobia. Your word is anthropomorphization. The next word is gastroenterologist. All right, spell convolvulaceous. Your word is milieu. All right, spell syzygy. Spell apocryphal. Next up, thalassophobia. Can you spell infundibulum? All right, spell neuropsychological. Spell isthmus. Can you spell Worcestershire? Next up, quasquicentennial. Can you spell rhinorrhgia? The next word is inchoate. Spell quixotry. The next word is sesquipedalian. Your word is Buckminster fullerene. The next word is Cyrillic. Next up, pulchritudinous. Next up, abakashi. All right, spell allotransplantation. All right, spell compartmentalization. Your word is labyrinthine. Spell portmanteau. Next up, serendipity. The next word is iconoclast. Can you spell languid? Next up, entrepreneur. The next word is dendrochronology. Can you spell onomatopoeia? The next word is acquiesce. Can you spell anachronistic? All right, spell sequoia. Next up, honorific abilitudinity. Your word is fluxinosinihilipilification. The next word is polyphyloprogenitive. Next up, arthroeresis. Your word is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Can you spell gastroenterologist? The next word is convolvulaceous. Can you spell pneumoencephalography? Spell bourgeoisification. Spell xylotypographic. All right, spell oligonucleotide. Your word is psychoneuroimmunology. Your word is pseudo-hypoparathyroidism. Next up, quadrimodative. The next word is autothaumaturgist. Spell ethnomethodology. Spell anthropomorphization. Spell psychophysicotherapeutics. Spell hypoparathyroidism. Your word is otorhinolaryngological. Next up, bourgeoisie. Next up, anti-disestablishmentarianism. All right, spell parallelogrammatic. The next word is quadrimodative. Can you spell institutionalization? All right, spell parallelogrammatic. Next up, bourgeoisie. The next word is fluxinosinihilipilification. Can you spell psychoneuroendocrinological?